What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we are doing our spoiler discussion on The Batman. So, yeah, we're going to do a spoiler discussion on The Batman. We already did our review. Check that out. It should be up on the channel. So, yeah, check that out if you want to hear our non-spoiler discussion. But this is our spoiler discussion.
Yes.
And if you like our videos and our reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Please help us get to that 1,000 so we can monetize and bring you more reviews and content.
Sure.
But
Now settle in. Y'all know we like to go.
so here we go, man. The Batman. So this movie, first off, our overall thoughts, and you'll see it on our review. Overall thoughts, this movie was amazing.
Yes.
I thought it was amazing. I loved it from start to finish. Now, it was a bit long, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
But it wasn't slow.
It wasn't right. Somebody said, "Oh, it was so slow. I found myself bored." I wasn't bored at
It
all.
didn't give you time to be bored.
No.
Something was always happening.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't bored at all, man. I love the pacing and the editing. Only problem was they had 2 third acts.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that later. But
Could have picked one or just saved one for later.
yeah, it was probably like 40, 50 minutes left, maybe like 40 minutes left where the movie felt like it should have been over.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was getting over.
Yeah.
And it was like, I had to stop. I was like, wait a minute. Half the stuff I saw in the trailer, I ain't seen yet. So I know this movie got a lot more left.
Because but that's what was so good about watching this movie was I forgot about all the stuff they hadn't shown me from the trailers until I got to the point where it's like, oh, I guess we're wrapped up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because, again, the pacing is so good that I feel like I just watched the whole movie.
Right.
I don't feel like they've taken anything from me or cheated me out of anything.
And it was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not like they gave you that third act and it was only like an hour and 25 minutes.
Because we've seen movies before where it's like the third act is just the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So it wasn't that issue, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so we're good now, right? The movie's about, oh, no, wait, there's all this stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I'm looking like, okay, I like that, but it's kind of like, man, you should have just stopped the show here.
Yeah.
And it has been so great. But we'll talk about that. So I guess what we can do is we're going to break down all the characters, and we're going to kind of go through first act, second act, third act. Do it like that.
Yep.
3.1 and 3.2.
3.1.
But no, okay, so we got our first act, man, and it started off with like narration. Now, a lot of people compare it to, I heard a couple of people compare it to Rorschach journals and Watchmen. Did you enjoy or did you like the fact that he was narrating? And cause they don't usually do a Batman like that.
Right. I did like it, if only, like, one, I do like that style of narration, but also because this is a mission for him. This isn't like a compulsion, like just a basic compulsion.
Right.
Like, the thing that separates Batman so often from the kind of people he fights is like, this isn't just a thing he has to do. It's a thing he like approaches doing it from a mission-oriented standpoint. Was like, I'm going to stake out nights 2. You know, observe such and such at this hour. Like this, like so. It's like a war log.
Yeah, and I really liked that they kind of gave us a glimpse into his psyche. Like he is learning, and he's a lot of these times he go out and fight. It's learning. It's something he learned. Yeah. He's fighting and writing down what's happening because he's keeping notes because he's gonna do it different next time.
Because when we were talking off camera, I told you it reminds me of the narration from Batman Year One, where it's like he tries to go out the first night and
drastically fails.
Drastically fails, and it's like he comes back like, my problem was I was thinking I had to do it like this, but that's not going to work with these kind of people. They're used to this situation, so I had to force it to change, so I had to approach it like this.
Right.
And that's the thing I love about the narration they open this movie with is like, he knows what the situation is, so he knows I have to approach it like this. This is like, and even like when the best thing about it is when he's commenting on the bat signal, and so often people clown the bat signal as a narratively.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this isn't just the light goes on and I go out.
Mm-hmm.
The light goes on and they know I'm out there.
Right. I do like that. That makes sense for to have the bat signal. The bat signal ain't just to contact him.
Yeah.
He can get a phone.
Right. Well, like in the Adam West where it's like they just had the red phone and they'd call him when they needed him. You know? But like I love that, like it's even a line in the narration like that light isn't just a call, it's a warning.
Yeah, right.
And like he also has another line there where he's like, I'm not just in the shadows, I am the shadows.
Right. And they use that to great effect in the movie because, as we said, it was scenes where people was committing crimes or about to commit crimes, and when the light was up there, now they did a little bit of that in Dark Knight. Remember, it was just real quick where people was like, "No, I'm cool. I'm gonna go home." You know, when they saw the light out there. But I think they did way better in this movie because they played this music and they showed people looking in dark alleys and dark corridors. It was like, I don't feel right now.
Well, there's another thing they do at the same time with that I really love, and I hope people like notice is like you have the airships going around and they're shining lights down on people committing crimes, and like that's usually your key of I've been caught, let me go before they call a car here, right? These people are like, what's up? You know, like they don't care that they've been caught. This is Gotham. People that commit crimes are going to commit crimes regardless.
Right.
But when the airship passes and now they see that bat signal in the sky, oh shit, we gotta go.
Right, I know.
Like, and it's like the cops, they're not afraid of the cops.
Yeah.
Like, we're committing crimes right now. We'll leave when we're done.
Right.
Oh, the bat signal's in the sky?
Yeah.
Bro, we gotta get out.
Yeah, he don't play that. and we see from that opening scene, man, when he come in, and they show him kind of watching people and decide when to strike or whatever. And then he thinking, and he said in his journal that he had to, because he can't be everywhere, so he had to strike at certain places where he could be more effective. And you know, it's like, you know, you could, and they don't show him, but you know he's there.
Yeah,
I like that too, because they keep showing like these like dark, like they show people doing stuff and they show like somebody over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
well,
see
it's like even like when they don't like notice where the shadows are, the camera is drawn to the shadows. So you know, it's like, so he could be there.
Right. He hide behind that, ain't he?
It's like that'd be a perfect place for Batman to come out of.
Yeah.
You know. And it reminds me of something I see them do in the comics every now and again, where Batman is just like especially like when he's talking to the Robin's like, no, around these hours of the night, these folks like to get this dirty work done, so we got to be here for that time period. And so we got to switch it up to keep them from knowing that we know that that's their schedule.
Yeah.
But like, got to be able to get here or here at this time of night. And so it's like that planning again. It's not just some dude dressing up like a bat and running out into the night.
Right.
Like, he's worked all of this out. There's a reason he's where he is at any given time. He's not just there.
Right. But see, so this is kind of how he do it. He has a backpack with all his Batman gear in there, and I was wondering, can he fit all that in that backpack? But we'll talk about that. Yeah. He might just wear the pants. He might just have the shirt and whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, he has a backpack, and he drive around a motorcycle and wear a hat and then he wear kind of a mask, like a cover.
Yeah.
But and after COVID, it's like that's not uncommon at all.
That was my thing. I was sitting, I'm like, has Gotham gone through COVID, or is this dude literally just wearing a face mask and no one's tripping?
Nobody's going to ask that because it was kind of like a scarf.
Yeah.
Kind of like wear a scarf over this and then wear a hat. And you pretty much just see his eyes.
Because like it basically just like helps bridge the shadow cast by the hood and the cat and the hat.
But the fact he don't want nobody to see him anyway.
Yeah.
Where he just wanted to blend in.
Yeah.
And then he can switch to his Batman persona.
There's also.
Now, do you like that? I really like that. But I
really
don't know how
like
you felt it.
I really like it because like he's kind of taking that. In Spycraft there's a term called the gray man.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is like you don't want to look like you're trying not to be seen. You just want to be as unnoticeable as possible.
Yeah.
He's just a dude in a hoodie and a hat walking with his backpack with his head down.
Right. And then what he do is kind of go and watch these areas, and then when it's time to be Batman, he go change.
He just strap his stuff on. Yeah.
Right, and it's more realistic because they showed him after he fighting crime or after he come from a scene, how does he get away? He just go somewhere and change. He go to some bathroom and change and come out with it as a dude in the backpack.
Yeah, because I was having that same moment. I'm like, how is all of that in that backpack? I'm like, well, if it's just like a couple pieces of armor and a cape and cowl, and he's just wearing like whatever shirt he's got on in his pants, then he's just like swapping all of that for his hoodie and his hat.
Right.
You know.
Right. So he he might have most of it on, and then he just make it look like he might just have like a regular pair of pants over his pants.
Because like they do like show you
the
that
cowl and stuff.
The cape is kind of like its own thing.
Right. So he put the cape, the cowl, and or probably the armor in the backpack, and the rest of it he just wear regular clothes over. Yeah. He just exchanged that.
Yeah.
Which and I'm like, okay, that's cool, because now we ain't gotta, because he's not going to rooftop to rooftop.
Right.
He's not traveling by rooftop, and that car cannot just blend in. So what he's doing is he's going by on his motorcycle, and then when he need to be Batman, he goes somewhere and change, and then come out. Now, if somebody walking in on him changing, that'll be weird.
There's no explanation.
You see too much.
I'm just imagining someone just tries to take a shortcut through an alley one day, and they just find Bruce Wayne halfway into his armor with the grease paint on his eyes. This is
not what I would.
This isn't what it looks like. He has to get out of the Bad Boys because he's already got himself psyched up to be Batman.
Bad Boys ain't no different from Bruce Wayne. We gonna talk about that. It's a little different.
It's a little different, but it's the points where you can tell he's not
totally not trying to do another voice though. When he's
not.
Wayne.
There's only a couple of tender moments when he's talking to Alfred where he's not growling.
Yeah.
But it's
I like his voice, by the way.
Yeah. But his bad voice is the voice he uses to talk to everyone who's not Alfred.
Is it better than Christian Bale?
Dear
damn
God,
Skippy.
Yes. Where's the drugs going?
We ain't gonna talk about the Christian Bale voice.
Yeah.
But no,
your boy out here talking about, do you know who I am?
But no, we what you talking with Christian Bale Batman said, do you know who I am? Nah. Somebody who needs some throat lozenges.
He might have sounded like that in the first one. By the third one, you know who I am.
You need an inhaler. But no, so okay, we got the first scene where he show up on those punks or whatever, and I love his introduction because we talk about this a little bit in the other review, but we can talk about in detail where they threatening some dude. They just a street punk. We didn't know where they was. We thought they was a Joker gang or something.
Well, because they do kind of look like the Jokers,
right? That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's some kind of gang that. Anywhere they was wearing clown makeup, it looked like, or whatever. They looked like they came from Insane Clown Posse concert or something. They look like juggalos. And he come out the darkness. Now, usually I say, oh, that ain't scary or whatever. But the way they shot it.
But also his walk. Has so much power to it. He moves like he's getting ready to hurt somebody.
The way they shot that scene, man, he come out the dark slowly, and you hear the footsteps first.
There's also in this. I'm hoping this wasn't just in my imagination, but it's the camera is moving towards the shadows until he hits the light, and then it tracks him out of the shadows.
And I know, look, it's easy to say, ain't nobody. Oh wait, I got the scene right. It's easy to say, ain't nobody afraid of dark when you watching a movie, right? So this is that scene, and he slowly walk out into the. That was a badass scene. Man. And it's easy to say, look, ain't nobody afraid of dark. We grown men. Have you ever been in a situation where you alone and it's dark somewhere and you might have heard a noise?
And something in your brain is telling you something's in there. I don't care
how big and tough you are. It's something that'll make you jump.
Yeah.
Because you need to put a light over there. If there's no light over there and you hear something, that would scare the shit out of you.
I'm sure there's nothing in there. But let me just pull out my flashlight.
Right. Right, you're the only person there. Why you gotta shine a light over there?
Right. But it's there's this the whole psychological thing to that is it's not no one is really afraid of the dark.
Right,
they're afraid of what their brain is telling them could be in the darkness.
Right,
And once
the fact that you can't see,
right,
anything could come out of there.
Right, all you know is you don't know what's in there.
Yeah, no.
Like you believe there's nothing there, but you don't know.
Like going to your basement when you were a kid,
man.
Like if you didn't have a finished basement, if you had like an old school basement,
like you know,
you had a cellar.
I always hated
go turn the furnace on, boy.
Yeah. Man,
by myself.
I'm gonna tell you what always used to kill me when you like in someone's house and their stairs aren't backed, and so you know someone could reach through those stairs and grab you.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be anyone down there, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. But what if there is?
Right. So if you know you live alone,
and the light switch is in the basement,
and you had to go down to the basement, you still will be afraid, even though you know there's nothing there.
Like I always got so
pissed.
You
don't know if there's nothing there.
I always got so pissed when the light switch for the basement was in the basement. So you mean I gotta get there in the darkness to turn the light on?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
No. Somebody could be back.
But the furnace is off. Turn it on your damn self. I don't mind the cold anyways.
So, but no, that was a good opening scene, man, and it gave you that idea of what he's trying to do, what's going on. It give you a whole idea of how Gotham feel about Batman and how does it look and stuff. It is great cinematography, man. Yeah. I was thoroughly impressed.
This is the scariest Batman we've ever seen.
Like I was thoroughly impressed on the way they started that.
Like I've watched Batman blow people up, and I wasn't as terrified of them as I am of his Batman.
Okay, so we saw and then we had that's when we saw that fight scene where he punched the guy, beat the crap out of him. Now I was telling you that a guy said that I didn't like Batman got beat up too much. No, what happened?
Never got beat up.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He took a couple of hits, which makes sense because if you fighting in a group, you're going to catch a shot. When you get jumped, you're going to get hit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He just kept going, and
I'll also say, if you're trying to sell the idea that people don't believe Batman is a human being,
right,
then you can have like this shadowy figure jumping from person to person, cleanly knocking people out without anybody being that's fine. Once Batman is a dude,
right,
he is a guy and everyone knows it. He just dresses funny and
the armor helps because if he can take bullets, you definitely can take punches. So he got this armor on that once you get a hit, it don't really hurt him like that. Mm-hmm. But what he also do when he's getting jumped, and we talk about this is very smart, he'll break your arm or break something. This takes you out the fight. So if it's 7 of you guys, now 6. Yeah. Then I break your fucking hip. Now it's 2. I mean, now it's 5.
Nobody's getting back up after shaking off a rough hit.
Yeah, right. So now, because that's what I was noticing. Like he'll hit somebody come, he'll grab it, break that, grab that, break that. You took them out the fight. Now it's only 3 people.
And he's already got enough fear working on them that they're second guessing everything they do against him.
Right.
So it's like he's getting that added second of reaction time off of that.
And then by the time you get down to 2 or 3 people, they about to just run.
Yeah. Like the end of that scene, you have the one guy who's like not quite gung ho about being in the gang.
The recruit.
Yeah.
And
so it's like
kid.
And he's just sitting there like, hey man, I don't even need.
I know. I'm like, what if you don't get up and run?
Yeah. Like I do love like even at the guy he just.
I was just about to say the guy he saved was like, don't hurt me.
Please don't hurt me. It's like if he was gonna hurt you, he'd have hurt you.
But there's the point of. He's so scary that you don't even know what the hell he is.
Even that, again, leads me to believe that Matt Reeves really gets Batman into that, Robert Pattinson seems to really get Batman there's a point where Batman's like, man, the people I save are as scared of me as the people whose limbs I'm breaking.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to be that scared.
Right. He questions sometimes, is he doing anything or is he making a difference or whatever. But yeah, Act 1 pretty much was setting up, which is a lot of
getting you to know the world.
Right, the world, but it was a lot of Last Halloween. Well, it was similar to Last Halloween where people was coming up dead.
Yeah.
Now that all intersected at some point that it meant something to people that he was killing. Yeah. So it would start off with killing a politician. Was it a judge? Who was that? It was the mayor. Yeah, he started off killing the mayor, and and they was in the middle of election. But he started off taking out the mayor, and it was funny. that whole scene where you heard him breathing in the mask or
Yeah.
whatever, that kind of went on a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Because like I was almost
breathing was just so
I was expecting
heavy.
that to be to turn into like almost a comedic moment. Because
Yeah.
like it looked like he was sitting there like, does this not know I'm here?
Right. They had like the little ninja. Well, it was his son. He had a little kid dressed like the little ninja or whatever. I thought that was for 2 seconds. I was like, is that a ninja? And then when I was like, man, that ninja sucked. No, that's his son dressed.
Like,
it must have been, it was Halloween. That's right.
Like,
it started off
it's
Halloween.
also meant to like mirror the Wayne murders.
Yeah.
Because like they're coming out like depending on when you read this origin story, it was either Zorro, the Mark of Zorro, or the Grey Ghost.
Right.
Depends on who was pressing copyright at the time. But but so like you have like Bruce, young Bruce coming out of the theater with his parents swinging his fake sword around.
Yeah.
Parents are letting him have fun, and then
Right.
cut to the murder.
Right.
And so it's like there's a lot of mirroring there, but like, man, that was a savage hit.
Yeah, and so right, so yeah, Riddler's committing these murders, and he's basically just bludgeoning people. That's like his whole MO, right?
Yeah,
just bludgeoning people.
I like the idea of him as a serial killer with a message. It's just I still don't see a lot.
They went over the top with it.
It went over the top with it. It's like it takes him out of being the Riddler for me.
Yeah, because he's no longer just the Riddler. His riddles was like easy to solve. They was like kid riddles or something.
They were mid.
Yeah.
It's like the riddle is supposed to be the point. Like
right.
Beyond whatever.
To show you I'm smarter than you.
Because like his schemes were never, I need to get back at this person. It's like, no, I'm going to get back at this person.
They made it.
But I need you to know that I'm the smartest.
They made it a big revenge thing.
Yeah, and his whole thing is proving that he's the smartest man in Gotham.
Right. But yeah, he was taking out politicians, then he'll leave a note for the Batman.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And that's when and I said, and that's when I was okay. So the scene at the crime scene, they basically let Batman in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this might not be the first time, but this is the first time that he, I guess, I feel like this is the first time that he just like came in, like willingly, like they just said, "Hey, can you come to this crime scene?"
Well, like so the way I look at it, it looks like usually like he shows up and Jim Gordon lets him in, and then like he'll send it. Guys, can I get the room for a minute? And then he'll go and open the window and Batman comes in.
Right. Where other officers already left or whatever, then he come check it out or whatever, and then do his little.
And so it's like usually
analysis.
they keep that on the down low, but it's like it's such a high profile murder.
Yeah, they brought him in. I love how he walk in. The cops like, what the fuck?
Like
and then,
everybody's just sitting like
they're like who the hell let him in here? Gordon made that call. Man, hey. We can't roll with Gordon after this.
Like somebody there says, I mean, he's with Gordon, so
yeah.
And then like our favorite Gotham cop,
which one?
Mr. Wayne. I want to call him Luis so bad, but like he's straight.
How
up,
did you become a cop?
Like after not noticing Batman walking down this hallway, despite like looking straight out into the hall at one point, he finally like turned around, whoa, hey, whoa, and puts his hand all on Batman's chest. Yeah, like, whoa, dude, cop action here. What are you doing? Like, I'm like,
it's funny how they ain't even surprised that he's there though.
No, and they're also not acting like the goddamn Batman is in front of them.
Yeah,
it's like
I mean, I guess at some point he got a alliance with the police.
Yeah. But it's so weird
because some of them was like, "Well, he doing our job for us, so I'm cool with it."
Yeah, it's like there's a weird juxtaposition there of like, man, we don't get in Batman's way, all right. If he's making our job easier, we're gonna let him go. You know, he ain't one of the bad crazies in the town. You know?
Right.
But then also like, did you really just put your hand on Batman's chest and tell him he couldn't go in that room? Because I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But I was like saying this, so he went to investigate some stuff after the crime, and he went up to this club. I was like, oh, okay, cool. What he going to do is he going to go through the roof, and then he's going to break in there, and then when the dude's going to be in his office, Batman going to be sitting down drinking a martini. It's like, close the door. No, Batman walked through the front door.
He knocked.
Why you think they handled it like that?
I don't know if the Iceberg Lounge in this is supposed to be that secured, because every other time they use the Iceberg,
I was just so surprised. I'm like, why is Batman coming through the front door so much? That ain't the only time he came through the door.
Like,
but I feel like this Batman is so immature in being Batman that he he's not ready to do all that.
I think he's
yet.
getting used to operating on a higher class of criminal who's not going to just be like, oh, whoa, there's a crazy dude dressed like a bat. Whoa, let me get out of his way.
Because it feels so realistic. It feels like I can do it. If I see a situation, all I do is get my backpack, change, and then come walking up as Batman. And that's what he does.
Because I feel like there is this thing where it's like he's been doing intervention for so long where it's just show up, stop the crime, bounce. Or show up, investigate, figure out who you got to chase down.
But
it
feels so realistic that he don't disappear.
This is the first time
he
where
just change and leaves.
I feel like this is the first time for this version of Batman where he's like had to like go into enemy territory when he's not stopping a crime. Like, because the Iceberg Lounge is technically a legal establishment.
Right. Right. But what do you think the thought process was? Like, it's like maybe this is a learning lesson for him.
I think
so. But Batman never goes through the front door.
No.
Never in my time of seeing Batman have I seen him knock on the door and go through the front door.
Because the way I'm used to it is like somebody goes to like answer the door, they come back, the window's open. And then they close the window, and then Batman's standing on the other side of the room from where they just came from.
Yeah, he would have just.
Yeah.
He would have came off the ceiling.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what he got to get to.
Yeah. Because he's just started getting his disappearing act.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Right, because he didn't do that until one scene, but it was because he was something urgent he had to do. But okay, so he come into there, and then he attacked what's his name, Penguin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And Penguin like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I think he had this. We said he had basically. Did you thought you was gonna walk in there, ask the dude a question, and he was just gonna answer it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, what you thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
real quick. So the twins, were that supposed to be Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because like the only other twins I can think of are like
Two-Face's goons.
No, the twins from the Arkham games, the one-armed dudes. One got a sickle and the other got a hammer. And I don't think that was supposed to be them. So I was thinking like because they are like really stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe they were supposed to be Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
It might be because I forgot about them. I was thinking like them. They probably dog. And I ain't look at the credits, but they probably
like they didn't look like them, but like.
Yeah, and I was thinking like only other person that had twins was Two-Face. Yeah. His henchman's always twins.
Yeah,
but yeah. So it's just that stuff he had to learn. Like, dude, you can't just walk in there, ask a question, they gonna answer you.
Because like he's still treating like going up to the Penguin like he's going up to some pusher on the street.
Yeah, no,
it's not the same thing.
No, I mean, I was like, I'm just surprised he did that. I was just like, you really thought that was gonna work? It's like, why would you do that? But anyway, that was a lot that was going on in the first act, and that was Batman. That's what as you said, we had to learn a lot. I mean, he had to learn a lot, and this is the second year. He's still learning what to do. He's not popping in and out of buildings now yet. He's just
his
going to the
game
front
ain't
door.
quite what it needs to be.
Yeah. I guess since we on Batman, let's talk about Bruce Wayne before we move on to another character. Now, we didn't see that much of him as Bruce Wayne till like later on in the movie, but what we did see, when he come home, he'll take his mask off, and he's still Batman. He's not Bruce
Batman.
Wayne.
And so like he hasn't developed the Bruce Wayne persona yet.
At all.
And
my problem is
to the point like he gets called out on not like being Bruce Wayne.
Right.
By Alfred of all people.
Right. And right. Which this is kind of Alfred thing.
That's
because you watch The Dark Knight, he always used to tell him, Bruce Wayne gotta do this, Bruce Wayne gotta do that, and he's like, I don't care about that. I got my mission or whatever. And he's like, you gotta keep your image up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about that.
And even like I think this is like one of those things. Again, he's early on in his career, but he hasn't figured out. There are some things that Bruce Wayne can accomplish that Batman can't.
Right. I think this is what he's gonna learn.
Yeah.
Like he could probably save more lives doing the telepathy opposed to beating up criminals at night.
Because I do feel like this movie, he did learn. It's like, oh well, I can't just trust that the Wayne family legacy is going to handle itself.
Right.
While I run myself in the ground on this.
And the thing is, he's so unhinged and crazy that I don't even think he would notice the difference. Like
Right.
somebody, you could be stealing money, and I don't care about that. It's like,
Like-
bro, you got to care a little bit.
Every time in this movie, Alfred tries to say, "Okay, look." So
Alfred's handling all that
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
And so he's like, "Look, the accountants are coming, so we need you to come look at this." Like, I don't care about all that.
I got a mission. Like, man, you a grown ass man. You got bills to pay.
Look, man,
Batman ain't paying the bills now.
You think all this runs itself? Nah, come here and do your
Now,
job.
if you was smart, you'd be taking the money from the criminals and investing
Right.
it.
Tell me about it. Like, I feel like Alfred is over here like, "Look, you don't pay me. You know what? Since you're not worrying about the books anyways, I'm gonna show you what you pay me for." Like,
Yeah. But Alfred was pretty much running the business
Yeah.
while Bruce is out playing Batman. Or
pretty
whatever.
much.
Anyway, but no, that's your first act, man. And they really gonna have to, and I'm looking forward to the next movie, show him building that Bruce Wayne persona because he's no different in the way he acts as Bruce. You're not going to be surprised if you find out he's Batman.
Like, especially when like all you ever hear from Bruce Wayne when he's in public is like, "Why would you say that?"
But you probably ain't gonna hear nothing because
Like-
he ain't gonna even talk to you.
Right. It's like he's always
wily
like,
eyed.
He's
and
always
crazy.
skulking around or like growling or just.
She had a whole conversation with him. He didn't say one word to her.
Well, even when she split off, it was like, "What? Oh no, I'll be back. I just gotta go pay my respects."
I didn't ask. it's like
Okay.
I didn't tell you to come back. I didn't tell you to sit down. It's like this
It's like,
dude,
yeah,
what's
Mr.
wrong with
Wayne,
you,
your
man?
people keep telling me you're unavailable.
So yeah, you can do a lot for the city. I got plans.
I'm unavailable.
He didn't even say that.
Like he's just projecting unavailability every time people try to talk to him.
I thought my silence was telling you that I don't give a shit.
You may not have noticed, but I've been ignoring you the whole time. Like the only time he visibly reacts to anyone in that scene, that like other than like serious stuff going down, is Mr. Wayne.
Hey, fuck.
like his like fucking fanboys. Man.
I know. I was trying to read their lips, so I got to look away because your
Also-
dumb ass got the attention over here.
We keep talking about him. This dude like sees Bruce Wayne at a funeral.
No, I'm gonna make it even better. They was having an important conversation about some stuff, some police business, and he stopped the conversation just to say hi to somebody across the room.
Mr. Wayne, I'm a big fan. How you doing?
I wish he would have smacked him in the back of the head. Like, dog, we talking about somebody who disappeared that could be part of the case.
Like we're at a funeral for what is now becoming a serial killer, like serial murders,
Yeah.
and we believe someone else is on the list, has been abducted by the killer. We're
Yeah.
having a serious conversation. Yo, dumbass, going, Mr. Wayne, what are you doing here? How you doing?
You want to go over there? Go over there. No. You broke the conversation.
That's your buddy Bruce Wayne, right? You want to go hang with your buddy Bruce Wayne? Go ahead.
Go over there and talk to Bruce Wayne. Well, because we got real police business to talk
Because I
about.
thought we was being cops right now, but you want to go hang with Bruce Wayne? Go hang with Bruce Wayne.
Well, now that you mention it, hey, Bruce.
When he gets back, we're taking his bag, right?
So anyway, no, okay. So that's a good start. That's a good start for Act 2 because that's where you at the funeral and what's the name will show up. One guy, the guy that they was looking for, show up and he got a bomb strapped to his neck or whatever. And that part there cracked me up when he came out that car and she's like, "It's a bomb around his neck." I'm like,
How would you know?
yeah, I know she just knew that.
There is a device around his neck. It is a device.
Nobody said, "Hey, what's that?" It's a bomb. No, she just said, "It's a bomb around his neck." But that could have been one of his followers.
Could have been. It could have been. Because like I do appreciate a lot of times with law enforcement, they don't use words like bomb. They
Right,
use
because she caused hysteria by doing that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody started running. Some people could have got trampled over or whatever.
So, yeah, like I know like law enforcement has like certain keywords they like to use and some they don't. So it's like to keep things orderly. So it's like they'll say, "Yes, we've located a device." You know,
it was funny. So in that scene, when all that happened, he went and changed and became Batman or whatever.
I want to know how long that took.
But you know what? It was a while because they got the
like,
bomb squad in
Right.
there. So that's cool because he had time to go home, change, and come back.
Yeah.
But it's just the fun seeing him walk in there.
Well, like
it's so odd seeing him walk in there.
There's that moment of like,
other than just swinging down from the ceiling.
Like I'm so used to him dropping into places. But
he just kind of walked in.
Well, like even to the point
what
of
are you doing here?
It's like there's a moment where like, what the hell is he looking at? It's like your guy is like looking off into the shadows where Batman is coming in.
Yeah,
and it's like
he slow walked a lot.
He's slow walking, and like you hear him before you see him.
I guess that may make sense because it is a bomb.
Yeah,
take the time.
But it's like those heavy ass footfalls. Like when he walks, it sounds like the fucking Doomslayer off of Doom.
He takes his time. He slow walks. Everywhere he go.
It's like I ain't gonna rush him. You're right. You want to rush Batman?
But no. But it was the scene where, this is a kind of a Riddler thing where, if you guess the riddles, then the bomb won't go off.
Yeah.
And he asked him, the questions, and this is actually very important to the what they was looking for. Yeah. It was funny, and then the dude wouldn't answer. I was like, "Do you want to die?" He's like, I was like, it made sense later because he said, "If I do tell, it's going to kill my family." Yeah. So if I died, then I died. But if I tell the information you want, it's going to kill my whole family.
Yeah, well, like also, and there's a lot they keep alluding to throughout this movie. No, you don't understand. This thing is so big that Gotham may not survive it getting out.
Right. That's what I said. I did like that scene, but I do want to touch on one other thing. What I'm going to say?
The bomb.
Well, the bomb, but the fact that, what the hell is that bat suit made out of? How he didn't get hurt after that?
It's that old thing of like people have been through an
now,
explosion.
Hold on. I'm going to set that up real quick.
Go ahead.
Because they try to defuse the bomb, and Batman, knowing that the dude would not answer the last question because he said his family's going to get hurt, right? Mm-hmm. So Batman knew this bomb was going to go off. He couldn't defuse it. He didn't run and jump back and jump in the cover. He stayed right up in this dude's face.
Right in his face, yeah.
And I was like, what, Batman, what the hell you doing? You can't stop this bomb? And, okay, damn, thank you, Matt Reeves. Realistic. That bomb went off right in his face.
Yeah. And it's like, on the one hand, yes, this Batman doesn't have like the
you don't fear dying or whatever, but you ain't stupid.
But he ain't stupid, right? So it's like you would expect him to like, jump away from the guy or maybe push him away or something.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he stands there and takes the whole hit.
Now what? Okay, so I don't know if maybe the explosives wasn't as big or something.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He was right up on him.
Right up on it.
He went all the way up. He was right here.
If it killed the dude wearing it, it should have at least opened up his inside.
It knocked him back.
It knocked him back, and it knocked him out a little bit.
It knocked him out a little bit.
It's that whole thing.
He was
of
unconscious. Now, I was wondering maybe Gordon. Well, we'll get to that, but I was like, because Gordon didn't take his. His mask. They kept his mask on. I was like, well, why did nobody took his mask off? I guess Gordon didn't let him do it or whatever.
But like, I'm looking at that. It's that old action movie trope where like someone comes out of a building that's just blown up. The clothes are singed, but like they basically just covered them in grease paint.
Yeah.
To let you know, oh no, they got scorched a bit.
I was hoping they did something, and they did this in Dark Knight though. He got some kind of protection for his identity. Remember,
like you try to take the mask off, you get shot.
Right. Yeah. Or he got some kind of lock that you can't. Like I would rather had seen. So once he got blown up, they had him in a police station. So I guess they transported him all the way to the police station. I was wondering, I guess they didn't take him to a hospital. Why did they take him to a hospital? Because I was like, he's unconscious. It was just an explosion. They took him to the police station.
Yeah.
And they arguing about should they take his mask off or not.
Like, because if you're not going to take him to the hospital, you might as well not move him.
Well, right. My thing is, I thought that scene, they should have had them trying to take his mask off and couldn't get it off. And like, what the hell he got on to keep his mask on?
Like some kind of special adhesive that needs like a specific like thing to get it loose.
Or just some kind of lock or something. They just can't. I'm like, damn, can't get this off. And somebody, we can cut it off or whatever. And by that time, he'll wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, okay. But, I didn't really play it like that. And but that was that led to that scene where he had to figure out, okay, how am I going to get out of here because the police here are mad at him right now.
Right.
Because he interfered with investigation or whatever.
Well, it's like, I will say it's like.
That's when your boy Mickey Mouse. You was going to say, what though? You son of a bitch. You already talking about it was was a cop in there that was basically the antagonist in this scene to Batman. And he talked like Mickey Mouse. He talked just like Mickey Mouse. You son of a bitch! You don't call me dirty. I've been a cop for 20 years. You son of a bitch! Where they get that guy from?
Like, you're interfering in an active situation.
Well, the whole thing was, Batman kind of accused him of being dirty or whatever.
It was like he didn't even accuse him. He just said like, look, there's some dirty cops involved in this. You could be one.
Right. What? You son of a bitch. You call me dirty? We ought to take that mask off. So they got that scene where Commissioner Gordon was like, all right, you need to get up out of here, man.
Yeah. Like
did you like how he was talking to him? He was like, look at him. He made it look like he was arguing with him, but he was like, take this key.
Like he poking him all in his chest and everything to make it look like he's really laying
right,
into him.
His mannerisms was cracking me up. But he wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah. Like, are you crazy? Listen, we gotta get you out of here.
Right. But
now, if you take this key, you go through that door. You get up to the roof. You can get out.
You gotta punch me first.
You're gonna have to punch me.
So Batman. Damn! I said punch me, not punch me.
Like, man, you paying my dental bill, right?
Yeah, he punched the shit out of
him. Like, hey, you could have held back on that punch a little bit. I did.
Yes.
That's Batman's sense of humor.
Yeah, right. Maybe he did pull back. He could have pulled that punch. God damn. But no, they should have showed him with an ice pack the rest of the movie. But no, but right. So that's that's a cool ass scene. Oh shit, it's right there. They gave that cool ass scene though, where he was what they call that, space dive? What they call that? When you got the little suit that flap out,
wingsuit type deal.
Exactly.
So I'm still not. I want to have this movie so that I can pause that, because did his cape turn into the wingsuit? Or
I thought it did, man. Cause I think I got it right here.
Because after he lands,
I thought I had it.
He loses the wingsuit when in his landing.
There it is. Right, and right.
So I feel like
it almost was like a.
Because like in the same way in like Batman Forever, like he wrapped the cape around him. It looked like he like gathered the cape, and like it kind of.
It looked like he zipped it up.
Yeah, it looked like he zipped it up, and then like.
So I guess it's just. It looked like he got it put together and zipped it up.
Yeah.
So I guess it's got a zipper on the end of it.
Yeah.
Where he
and
can
also
zip it up
it
like
does
that.
have a thing where it's like if you look towards the top here, you can tell that the cape's kind of folded over on itself a little bit.
So wondering, I'm curious. You think he just came up with that idea on a fly, where that suit was designed to be a bomb shelter like, but then he can use it to glide?
Maybe, because that's the thing. It's like that sequence is like, it like. He's standing there.
No, because you know what? He had like a little parachute.
Because he had a parachute. But also,
slow him down. So he must have planned that.
He had to plan, but like also he gets up on the roof and is like, I feel like he's never tested it.
No, I love that scene.
Yeah.
Because he got up there and he was like,
oh shit.
Oh shit.
Like, I'm about to jump off this roof right now.
That was so realistic.
Yeah.
Anybody who's gonna pause for a second.
There's even a bit where it's like he knows he's about to fly under the bridge. There.
You think that was his plan to jump off the roof?
No.
Or he just I gotta jump off the roof.
That was the thing he set up in case he ever needed it.
Yeah.
But that was not how he planned to do it.
Well, he probably never. I bet you he practiced, but from a lower altitude.
Lower altitude. He had never needed it at that altitude. It's like you can tell when he's wingsuiting down. He's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
But I was just more impressed on his look when he first got up there and looked down and the wind was blowing.
It's like you see him look back. He's like, yeah, them cops still coming from.
He probably started thinking, well, maybe I can just turn myself in.
You know what? How many years are they really going to give me?
I'm rich, man. Fuck it. You know what?
Look,
I'm gonna just turn.
Look, I can hire a really good lawyer. Pay some fines, do some community service.
You know what? I'm gonna just say I blacked out. I don't remember nothing.
You know what? And really, isn't vigilantism technically a form of community service? Like, get some time served.
He thought about all that in the span of 10 seconds.
And you see him like,
But no,
Here we
seriously,
go.
though, seriously, I love they showed the fear in his face when he got up there and before he jumped. It was so realistic.
I love it. I love how much of a guy Batman is. And
Right.
like, he's not some like hyper trained, like super competent, like phenom. Is like he's a dude.
Yeah.
So it's like he gets ready to do this stuff, and every now and again he's like, I'm getting ready to jump off a building and wingsuit down to the bottom.
Yeah.
This could go horribly wrong. Can't go that way. Gotta go this way.
Whew. Oh, let me do this. But no, that was a real cool ass sequence, man. Problem though.
And then he doesn't stick the landing.
No, that's my problem. I like the fact he didn't stick to landing because he didn't have a plan for a landing.
Yeah.
Because he was going way too fast.
Way too fast. Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. He did have a parachute.
But like he pops the parachute, it's like, okay, time to pop the chute. But it's
No,
too
you know what
late.
his plan was? He didn't get a chance to do it though. His plan was to land on that bus.
Yeah.
But the parachute got snagged on a bridge
Yeah.
and then snatched his ass up.
Shot. Man, he wrecked himself.
But look,
Like,
the next scene should have been like 4 weeks later. All right, I'm ready now. Bro, ain't no way you should be cool after that. That's what I was like saying. That suit was they relying on that suit too much.
because like he bounced between the bridge and the bus a couple times.
Only thing that suit would have made him not die.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because like
Everything else he would have been towed up.
like if they had eased off on like the velocity a bit, I may have loved that a bit more. Because I do love like when he does get up, like so the cape is gone because he used it for the wingsuit and the parachute. So it's just him and his armor, and he gets up. It's like you see one of his legs. He can't put weight on it anymore. So he's like limping down the alleyway.
Yeah, but they showed him in the next scene like he was cool.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a little problem.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you want to say time has passed, okay, but time can't pass because this was a time thing. Like you had to do this.
It was on to the next.
Right. Now, maybe some time passed, but far as I can tell, I thought it was like the next day.
Yeah.
And he was just at the bat signal like, what's up, Jill? Like, you cool?
Like, I would have loved it was the Batman.
I would have Skyped him from my bed. I'll be there later.
It should have been
I'll
like
be
off
there
of
2 weeks.
Harley Quinn, where like he tries to show up and try to act like he's not like completely busted up.
Yeah.
And it's like he's got the wheelchair that's like bracing his spine from behind, so no one can tell that he's like, how come you stand in that corner? I always stand in corners like this.
But then, that was a cool scene. But I would have liked it if they would have, because they've been so realistic.
Yeah.
And I would have liked even with 2 scenes back to back, the explosion scene and falling off the roof back to back, and you cool the next day, or give me some kind of explanation. How is he not dead, or how he's not bedridden for at least a month?
Yeah. Like there should have been some like visible, like I would even say if it was so much of like, oh, it was night now and it's day now. It's like
I would have took like some mystical stuff. Like I would have been cool if they had like some power healing stuff.
Ancient technique from Tibetan
I would have took it.
monastery.
I would have took it. I would have took it if it
Like,
was
just
a mutant that heal him
You know
or
what?
something.
Just
but-
have Alfred with like some strange, or it was like, I learned this from a monk in Tibet back in the 80s.
Yeah. But even that still wouldn't have been good enough because it'd have been like, yeah, but the way he got hurt. So they was like, you know what? Let's just not bring it up. Let's move on to the next scene and not bring it
You know
up.
what? When he went back to the Batcave, he tripped and fell in the Lazarus pit.
Yeah. I was just like, after that scene, I was like, oh man, I know he's gonna be hurt for the next scene.
Nope.
Next scene, he was cool. But that was an amazing scene though, man. I love that scene. It was a cool scene for them to do that, and it made him look so real, seeing his emotions.
Yeah.
You know, because any other Batman, he would just jumped off, no problem. You know.
And you know, that's the thing I keep coming back to on his Batman that makes it so much better than his Bruce Wayne is his Bruce Wayne isn't a character.
Not at all.
His Batman is a character. He has thoughts, feelings, responses. He has an actual demeanor. You can see the way his mind works. His Bruce Wayne is just there.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing to it. It's just him standing there in casual clothes, being Batman. You know, but when he's Batman,
Right.
he's a fully fleshed out character.
So let's jump into this second act where we jumped into it already, but let's continue this second act where Selena Kyle come into
Yeah.
play, and I really like the fact that he decided to work with her. So first he did some checking around, and he saw her, and he's like, he saw her in the I'm about to call it Iceberg Lounge. He saw her in the Iceberg Lounge, and knew that I can recruit her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like because he sees like first like he's showing Penguin these pictures of this girl he's looking for.
Yeah.
And Penguin's icing him out.
Like,
She comes
I
in.
don't know this bitch.
Like, hey, look.
Should have asked his wife.
Hey, you find her, you let me know. Nice looking broad.
Yeah. I got some work for her. A scumbag
Such
through
a
and through.
scumbag. I love it. You know me. I love my villains to be as villainous as possible.
I got you.
I got you.
Oh
shit.
But no, yeah, go ahead. Finish that.
Hey, whoa, sweetheart, take it easy.
Yeah.
I love him so much in this. But like you see Selena Kyle's like, oh damn, is that so? I mean, I should go.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Bit convenient, but it was still cool.
yeah. It was like, so you see him like, okay, I've clearly been talking to the wrong person.
Right,
And
but
then
I just think he also knew that I'm not gonna get nowhere asking him.
Yeah.
I need to get somebody in that's already in. I need to
Though again, this scene makes Batman look so ugly because he already walked through the front door.
Yeah.
Then got into a fight with the guards, but we won't.
That was gonna happen.
That was
they
gonna
weren't gonna let
happen.
him walk in.
But it's like, so he walked through the front door, he walked into this man's office, and then he walked out. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not used to watching Batman walk out of rooms.
Where'd he go change?
I don't know. But
He
it's-
probably guess he can hop on his bike.
I guess.
I think he got an underground network of places he can change,
maybe.
like the subway, because it's kind of connected to. Because he don't go to Wayne Manor, his little
So,
bat
like,
cave.
So there's
It's like a little subway to go straight to
Because I
Wayne
believe
Manor.
in the lore, the Waynes set up that rail system.
Yeah,
So I guess
but it's not in use.
it's not being used. So it's like there's a defunct stop under the tower.
They got that overhead rail system,
Yeah.
overhead or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
up above ground,
Yeah.
like
so
a
like there's
like the monorail on Simpsons.
Right, right. Yeah. But it's like-
Monorail. No, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh God. At least I'm not the one derailing it this time. God, I hate myself. But it's like, so you have this defunct rail stop under the tower, and that's where he set up his bat cave. So I guess that's how he's getting the car in and out.
Right.
But it's like,
I would like to see kind of some detail on exactly how they
Yes.
got that going on, but that's cool. I just figured,
Yeah.
that's how I do it. But
back to Selena Kyle though.
well, the thing is, once he kind of interrogated her a little bit, then he was like, "I need you to work with me" or whatever. I like that. I love that scene because it wasn't just she show up when I'm out here. No. We actually working together.
Yeah.
And it's just basically I need you to go in there. And then they even had the little humor that's cool. You got a lot of cats. But it wasn't no goofy stuff.
But again, like it's like he just made a statement.
Right.
It's only funny because the situation is absurd.
and you look, and it's true.
It's true.
She had
She's got a
cats all
shit ton
in
of
there.
cats.
And about 3 of them was coming around his legs like, you got
She
a lot
is
of
literally
cats.
a crazy cat lady.
Right.
You
You got a lot of cats.
It's
Matter of
like
fact,
he doesn't put anything
what if
on
he's
it.
like, you ought to get them checked for rabies or something like that?
Right. It's like, he's not putting anything on. It's like, whoa, you got a lot of cats, lady. It's just,
Right.
you got a lot of cats.
Yeah. I like that humor because it wasn't over the top.
Yeah.
It wasn't goofy.
That deadpan works for him because it's like, it's a question and it's a statement and it's an accusation and all of that, and he didn't have to do anything for it.
It led to this scene where she's basically undercover and he's on the radio
Yes.
talking to her, and he would give her these contacts with I guess they got cameras on them or whatever. Which is cool technology.
Which is the closest we've ever gotten to an explanation for how Batman has detective vision.
Yeah. He's looking at, on his computer outside the club, and I guess he's got the GCPD database,
Yeah.
but he got software. I guess he got facial recognition software that he's like, I need you to look at him longer.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like Batman you got to understand if you undercover, you can't stare at people like that.
Like even to the point of like one person, like, no, I need you to look back at him.
Right.
Like, no, it's already.
Keep looking at him. I need an identification.
This is already weird enough.
Right.
If I look at him, then this is definitely going to become a thing. I don't care. I said do it.
Yeah, I know.
And now he's coming over.
Right. He didn't give a shit. Yeah. He'll probably say sleep with him.
Do what you have to do. I need this information.
He probably don't give a damn.
Do you want to find your friend or not?
Yeah, no. But no, but I didn't like it was for the story they had dude just giving all this information. Like you know what I'm talking about? He was just like, okay, I know you're chatty, but damn, you had to tell me a stranger that you just trying to bang all what's going on with the plot.
It's like, yeah, I mean, he was on those drops, so he wasn't scared of nothing. But
well, I'm just saying.
But like, also,
if I'm just trying to bang her, do you think she want to hear that?
But also, no one's shutting him up either. Like that's
they tried to kind of like, hey, you talking too much, whatever.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. She's great. So we had this mole killed, and
yeah. Why are you talking? And she making herself just obvious. She's
so tell me more about this rat.
Why you want to hear that? You should be asking about my car or something. You should be, even though that's not controversial, she is, but you would think that's how these guys
random
think.
Chick came and sat down.
Right.
You
you want to know, how much money I make and what kind of car I drive.
Yeah, it's like, so you want to come to my yacht next weekend for my
yacht
stuff
party? Like that. No, she wanted to hear about the case.
Yeah. Like, you just let slip to a random stranger that you've been doing highly illegal stuff as a public official.
Yeah.
And their response is, tell me more about that.
Right.
Not even like, oh, really? What's that like? No,
right.
Tell me more about your illegal business.
Yeah. But so I like that scene though. That scene played off like it was a good. That was a good second act where I'm getting into the story. I was really getting into the story at that point. You know what I'm saying? But so and then we kind of introduced a little bit Carmine Falcone, where he's the top guy in Gotham. Yeah. He's the head criminal. And that's all. And we had talked about this before. It was like, why didn't they never introduce a live action version of Carmine? Because they always do a crime boss. Yeah. It's never Carmine Falcone. Right. They what's that in the first movie? That Grisham, Grisham.
Yeah.
And I think in the second movie, Max Shrek.
Yeah.
And it was like, why y'all making these characters up when you got a crime boss already?
And they kind of glossed past them in the Nolan films.
Yeah, they did use him. That's right. They did use him in your fear, but you don't understand. Yeah. That's kind of stuff. That's kind of fear you can't buy, kid. Now get the fuck out of here. But that was okay. But it was just the whole point of it's just like they use everybody but Carmine. But okay, so we get to introduce Carmine, then we know he's somebody, but not. We don't know who he is yet. But this kind of leads to the Act 2. Batman is not sure exactly what's going on, and we actually there with him. We don't know exactly.
And I
what's
love
going
that
on.
because it would be so easy to just like plug in fact here,
yeah,
and so Batman knows what's going on. But because you're trying to figure it out in the same breath as Batman, you're now invested in the process of figuring it out.
Right, and then so speaking on that, so now we getting all these clues. So when somebody else come up dead, we get another clue. They follow the clue to another clue. And that's cool because I'm looking like, okay, because we have to do thumb cut off. Yeah,
man. And that right there was some, ooh.
And then, they was like thumb drive because it said drive.
It was like, and the thing I love about it, there's so much of a fake out going on here. It's like, okay, so he left us this cipher. It's like, but it's not the complete cipher. We need something else to figure out what it says.
This guy's hilarious.
It's like, oh no, we just cut out everything we don't know, and it makes the word drive. Okay, drive. Okay, so let's go check out his car. It's like, how we can't get it.
Was a thumb drive.
Thumb drive.
This guy's
yeah.
But no, but yeah, I like following those clues or whatever, and then they got to the point where they like, okay, this is gonna have to come to a head. I did like him and Selena got this moral conflict, right? Where she was like, I'm gonna kill him. He, and he was like, well, you was selling drugs, you ain't no better than them.
Because like I've never.
Batman's always been hypocritical.
Yeah, always. And it's like, because like she's calling him on it too, and I do appreciate that. But it's
Yeah.
like when he's sitting there saying, "It's like, oh, I thought you were better than that." Why?
Yeah.
What gave you that idea?
But and not just that, where he always say it's wrong to do crime, but you are doing something illegal right
Old
now.
ass criminal. Yeah. Vigilantism has been illegal for centuries.
Not that way. Not that way. We could just kill and be done with it.
Like I get you want him to go to jail, but guys like him don't go to jail. So why don't we just kill him?
Right.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where Selena wanted to kill Falcone. But, so this is spoiler stuff, we can talk about this. That's her father. Now, that's in the comics too, right?
Yes. I believe so anyways.
Now, I think that happened in a Long Halloween, maybe. Did that happen in that?
It sounds right to me.
Where, and it was to a point where, damn, they kind of made it. That make it make more sense, though.
But like, it also pisses
they give her more stakes too.
Like it pisses
Why
me
is she
off.
doing this?
Like the idea of Long Halloween pisses me off more now because there was clearly a simpler way to justify her presence.
Mm-hmm.
So to then like bend over backwards, like, oh no, they have their little cat and mouse, and it's like you didn't need to do all that. You could have just given her stakes.
Right.
If you treat her like an actual character when you're writing, by giving her stakes, explaining why she's here in the first place, then she won't come off as just being the girlfriend.
Right, exactly. Right. But so, it's her father, and the thing is, she suspected he killed her mother.
Yeah.
But she don't know that. And it's kind of like they had a lot of that where we don't know if he did. They kind of tie everything to Falcone.
Because that's the thing. It's like, that's why when the Riddler has his, piece of the resistance at the very, very end, I'm like, but the real bad guy is clearly Falcone.
Yeah, I know. And all our attentions went to Falcone.
Because
where it was a reveal.
You know who Riddler comes off like to me in this?
Who?
Anarchy.
Yeah, I give him that.
Yeah.
But it was a reveal that Falcone was behind like a lot of shit, and he possibly behind the murder of his parents.
It was like he tries to flip it on like Maroney.
Yeah, Maroney.
It's like when he's talking to Bruce, and then
that made me a little upset. You know why?
Why?
Because you just believe everything somebody tell you.
Yeah.
And why are you you questioning people that you love over somebody that's clearly got an agenda?
Well, it's like even like when he's talking to Alfred, like, wait, you bought that?
Yeah, no. I thought you was smart.
Like I thought I raised you.
But I did like, okay, so Alfred just like came clean and told him the whole truth. Like, look, your father was a good man. He went to Falcone to get him to back off. He never knew that he was going to kill him, but he thought that there was a way to put Thomas in his back pocket by killing him and telling people that you told him to do it. Yeah. And then the next day,
I also really appreciate that too, because it's so much better than just Thomas Wayne was also an asshole.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they kept on trying to. I think that as I've been seeing shows, they've been alluding to Thomas was maybe not a good guy.
Yeah, a lot of writers.
I really don't want to do that.
Yeah,
like I wish they'd just leave him alone.
And like I think for a lot of writers, it's their way of saying taking some purity out of Bruce's origin story. But I'm like, it doesn't do anything.
Right. They don't have to make him like a scum. Like even if he did do that, what they explained that he did not make him a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he didn't go and say, look, I need this guy killed. He's going to ruin my
life. Right. Over money or something.
It's like, no, this guy is going to slander my wife. I tried to pay him off. He don't want it like that. I need you to scare him off.
Yeah. And that's what he said. The only thing he did wrong was going to Falcone for help.
Yeah.
And Falcone tried to use it as a way to get Wayne in his pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he said, no, I'm going to the cops. And the next day he got killed.
Like the next day.
That's like, we don't know if it was Falcone. It could have just been a random act.
Like even the way he explains it and the way Alfred explains, like he's like, well, yeah, and your dad said he wouldn't have none of it. And so, a couple weeks later.
All right. So they gave everybody a reason they want to kill Falcone.
Yeah, bro, it's like, I'm not even mad when it happened. I'm like, no, he earned that bullet.
Yeah.
He earned that bullet.
Okay, so this brings us to Act 3. Act 3.1.
Act 3.1, yeah. Let's get it.
Where Act 3.1 is basically, it's like everything gonna come to a head, man. Falcone is the person that started, is the person that's started stuff for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
because like all of this is like the Riddler's whole plot is like stemming from this moment that Thomas Wayne ended up under Falcone's thumb.
yeah,
It's all taking away.
and
from
we're gonna get into, when we get to the third act, we'll talk all about the Riddler.
Mhm.
I mean 3.2. We'll talk all about it. But in 3.1, you know, they're going to wrap this up, man, and they're going to take out Falcone. And I really like the sequence. That is when we get the sequence where he's taking all those bullets.
Man,
And that was actually a real cool scene,
it actually
though.
looks way cooler in context.
Yeah,
because like it's not just that he's tanking the bullets; it's that like they're using that as like no, it's dark and you can only see him
the
with
muzzle flash.
Yeah,
That looked dope.
yeah.
But it's still unrealistic for him to walk into those bullets.
I was in a mind to suspend my disbelief when I saw it in the movie, but like watching in the trailer, it's like you don't have that to like bring you into it. It's like
It looks badass.
Did he just walk through a full clip?
Yeah, but he still casually was. I mean, he was fighting. He was moving around, but those last shots, it looked like it went straight at his chest, and he just walked through them.
Because that's the problem, right? It's like we can talk all we want about like how effective is his body armor. It's like nothing is that effective. Like you can see some of them where he's rushing them and getting them to shoot off target.
Right, yeah, right.
At least for a bit there.
Those last two, he took them right in the
like,
chest.
He just, like he said that with all chests.
Yeah. But no, that was a cool sequence right there, and then when we got Selena. Actually, I really like her fighting. Like whatever the choreograph they used for Selena Kyle was pretty damn dope, spot on.
And it's something that it's one of those things where like you can tell that there's some inspirations that led to it, but it's like the end result is something that could only fit that character.
Yeah, right. She was fighting. She's nimble. She's fighting like a cat. And then they used the last Halloween thing where she scratched his face.
Yeah, I actually did enjoy that though.
Yeah,
like that actually makes me more disappointed that he's dead. Because like I would love.
Did he die?
I
he
think
died.
he did. Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, this is true to the character. Batman will not kill the one person he got so much reason to kill. He will not kill him.
Nope.
That's Batman. They
Yep.
stand true to their character. You know, that's what people didn't like about the Affleck Batman.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely like, I will kill you. I kill you, Joker.
Well, it's like by the time we get to that scene with Batfleck, is like we already know he's okay with killing.
Yeah.
Um,
Plus, it's like in the future. And
yeah. But with this, like I do really love the way they handle that moment of him going through the hallways. Like, because again, it's like he's not got the Batman game down pat.
Right.
But it's like he's learning. So you see him like, okay, I'm going up here. Can't walk through the front door again. Let me hide up top in the elevator, so when the guy comes in to see what's going on, I can drop down him. Then they won't shoot me because I'm holding their boy.
Yeah. This would have been a great third act to finish your movie. I'm telling you. Once you realize, I mean, that's how these movies work, right? Once you realize who's actually responsible, you go take them out. You get your good act 3. You wrap up.
Maybe leave some breadcrumbs of something you want to come back to in the next
movie. But see, at this point, and we ain't said much about the Riddler, I forgot all about the Riddler. I swear to God.
Because like
they put all the attention on Falcone anyway.
But like also because the situation naturally centers on him, it's so weird when you're watching this and Act 3.1 turns into Act 3.2, and you're like, oh no, we don't need this.
Right.
No one asked for this.
So he take him in alive, and then he actually said no guns.
Hey, nah, that's your thing.
Yeah, that's your thing.
That's my favorite line in the whole movie is, bro, that's your thing. Like.
But yeah, they did a lot of Batman stuff
like
there.
Jim Gordon cock shotgun and blatant disrespect.
And killing the one person that you got all the reason to kill. Not killing the one person you got all the reason to kill. That's a Batman thing because he always make things harder on himself. But yeah, so doing that.
He's got his rules, man.
Right, so when he did that, he took Falcone. Then I told you, I forgot about the Riddler, and then out of nowhere somebody shot Falcone after he got out, after he took him outside or whatever.
Like, and even then, it's like the one riddle they hadn't figured out yet. It's like, oh, bring him into the light, and then you'll see where I am.
He figured out the last minute.
It was like at that last minute, it's like, and I love the way he just like, oh fuck, like he realizes that he fucked up by not figuring that out sooner.
Yeah,
and that I truly do love, like, because there is that moment of like, I should have gotten that. I was too focused on my shit, so I did.
Yeah, I ain't no way he could have figured that out though.
No. Well, I mean,
I would have never thought. Of,
I thought that was all except to get Falcone out in the.
That's
open.
what I'm saying. Out of than bring him into the light, meaning bring. That's what he thought he was doing.
Well, no, I mean like
bringing out his corruption.
I figured like the Riddler wanted Falcone in the open so that he could kill him.
I didn't even think about it.
Well, because
I told you I forgot about the Riddler.
Well, yeah, but it's like at that point I wasn't thinking about it because like I'm focused on Falcone, but it's like Batman should have realized it.
Yeah.
And there's another moment where he's talking to when they're walking into the funeral, and he's like, I didn't know you left your nest. I thought you'd be too scared.
Yeah, well, he called him a recluse.
Yeah.
So he was already known to be like a shut-in that didn't come out in
Because
public.
like even in the comics, Falcone is known not to leave his estate.
No, he called what's the name of recluse? Bruce.
Yeah, but it's like Falcone is known not to leave his estate all that often because he doesn't trust
too many enemies.
He's got too many enemies,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so it's like there is that moment where they're both like, "Holy shit, you stepped out in the open?
Yeah.
This will never happen again."
Right, yeah, I think so. I think and they was thinking like, yeah, somebody could take a shot at you or something. But no, right. So at this point, we say, oh, obviously I forgot about the Riddler. So Riddler's still out there, and I'm like, okay, now we got to catch the Riddler somehow,
right.
you know. Next thing, he gives up.
he accomplished his Grand Master plan, and then he went for pie.
Well, I mean, he was running. Maybe
Pumpkin.
he just got tired of running.
He doesn't look all that fit.
Right. So was that part of his plan?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I just thought that he couldn't outrun him, so he's like, I'll just give up then. But
Like,
before I do that, I'll take a pumpkin pie.
I think he just wanted them to have a reason to come back to the apartment later to have the reveal, because you do find out he does see Batman as like his partner in this.
Yeah.
And so like he wanted Batman to know where the apartment was.
Yeah.
But he wanted Batman in that space to see where he was coming from, because in his mind, Batman would get it and he'd be on his side.
So at this point, we got 3.2.
Yeah.
So the movie, it's been 2 hours and 15, 20 minutes. Good movie.
Definitely.
And we just talked about the whole movie, 3 acts, and it's like, that's good wrap up. Nah.
But wait, there's more.
And this one's a screamer. But no, I mean, so now this is that scene where we seen him in the jail talking to the Riddler. Because I remember I told you, I thought it was over, but then I remember like half the stuff I seen in the trailer ain't even happened yet. So
what did you do?
Yeah, and it was like that's what some people complained that
I'm so glad
he was not that smart, because they was like, why can't he figure it out or whatever.
Well, to be fair,
that's what I was saying. What's to figure out? I caught the dude.
Like you like, I mean, you didn't stop him, but you caught him. You know,
he was too busy trying to stop those crimes, not knowing that this dude was setting bombs on.
Right. And so it's like you get to the end there and you're like, okay, why did you do everything you've done? Because that's really what Batman came to see, is like, why did you do all this shit you did?
Well, he was
like,
asking for him too.
Well, that too, but it's like, okay, we've got you locked up. You're done.
It's over.
It's over. But
the whole reveal though, right?
Yeah.
I was an orphan in the orphanage that the Waynes was doing to renewal to help the young people in Gotham, which I was like, oh, he was helping them, but after they killed him, they just took all the profits and just said, what about those kids, man? Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. So
they just grew up in the orphanage with no.
Like
it was an abandoned orphanage.
I don't know.
He was just like the rats would nibble at your fingertips while you sleep.
Either abandoned or like
they just lived in an abandoned orphanage,
or just like really poorly managed.
So nobody did nothing with those kids.
Apparently, everyone was too focused on Bruce Wayne.
That's why he hated Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it was like because
once his parents died, they only did talk about him as an orphan.
And like he has this whole spiel about like growing up alone in your fancy tower with all of your help is not being an orphan. I'm going to tell you what being an orphan is.
Right.
You know, and so it's like, dude, you could have just wrote a strongly worded letter and skipped all of this nonsense. But
what he was doing was taking out every crooked politician one by one that had something to do with that plan. And so they weren't just politicians.
Right. So like you've come to find out that this whole like Gotham Renewal Fund that Thomas Wayne set up has been, to some extent, a front.
Well, it wasn't originally.
It wasn't originally, but it's like
they took after he died. They kept it going, and they just kept the money and didn't give it to the kids.
Because like it was set up, since it was set up solely by the Waynes, there was no oversight. It was just the money goes here, it gets used for this.
I bet you he started realizing I could have took care of them kids instead of doing this.
Well, and that's the one thing about these sorts of stories with Batman, and they've been done in comics and the animated series, different animated series, quite a few times. I really should have been doing something about all this Wayne stuff, because folks keep coming to me off of some Wayne stuff and trying to kill my ass. Mm-hmm. So I should really be keeping a hand on this, and he never does.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, that would have actually
solved a lot of problems.
Right. I know. But see, the thing, instead of beating up criminals one at a time, you could actually like save a lot.
Well, it's like there's bits they go into. Like I know. The comic tie-in for the Batman cartoon. He comes into like villain's lair. It's like, before we fight, I'm just gonna pop this disc in the DVD player. I want y'all to take a look, and it's just Bruce Wayne's like, hey, so I bet a lot of y'all could really use some better opportunities. So I want to get you education and a job and benefits if you come work for me at one of my locations. And they're all like, well, fuck this then. I'm going to work for Bruce Wayne.
So he recruiting people to work?
So he just recruited all
all got jobs.
He recruited all the goons, and so it's like the bad guys just like, no, where are you all going?
But no, right. So now we thinking, okay, this is it. He's in Arkham. I guess he's just going to talk a little bit, and then they're going to cut out to him laughing crazy. And let's talk about a little bit about Riddler's portrayal.
Yeah.
What's his name? Paul Dano?
Yeah.
Now I expressed to you I thought it was over the top.
Very.
It was over the top. You did not have to act that crazy to show that you're crazy.
Even when he was trying to be low key, he was being very Jigsaw with it.
Right. Well, that's what a lot of people say he was being Jigsaw, but I think he didn't want to. I think that might be the reason why he started to get loud and start acting crazy, because he didn't want to be a Jigsaw ripoff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But he was.
But he tried his best to be different.
Yeah, but it was
it was pretty much a really I won't say inspired by those Jigsaw. I feel like that
it's Jigsaw meets Michael Myers.
Right, that style, the way he wrote him, I feel like he got inspired by watching Jigsaw movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He and like you get to that last scene, and it's just like I was willing to give him the Bruce Wayne.
I couldn't talk to that dude.
No,
like I'd be like, man, 2 minutes. I'd be like, man, this dude crazy. I don't know. I can't talk to this dude.
Like also, it's like I don't have to worry about what you know, because you're clearly nuts.
Yeah.
But it's like
he was just getting right.
No,
just going too far with it.
It's like you're up here. I need you to bring it way down here.
Yeah.
And it was too much, and he got so cartoonish with it. By the end, I'm just like, I can't take you serious.
We're thinking we should wrap up, but I'd have been cool. I didn't need another action set piece. I was cool. But it just got to a point. It just got to a point where Riddler was like, oh, my master plan is still not done.
And I don't want to hate on Act 3.2 too much, because there's some great scenes in Act 3.2.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why I still gave it epic, because I still liked it.
It's just, it should have been part of its own thing.
Yeah, right. Because you bringing this in after I'm already...
Like, I'm ready to get up and leave the theater.
My high's done.
Yeah.
I'm good. And it's like, oh, we got
more.
more.
What it is? By the end of Act 3.1, I had a 5-course meal.
Yeah.
Everything was delicious.
I'm already full.
I just polished off my dessert. I couldn't eat another bite. Let me go ahead and
try
get the
this.
check.
This is so delicious.
Like,
It is delicious,
Hey, look.
but I'm full.
Hey, look, not only are you full and ready for the check, oh, but we have some items from the tasting menu we'd like you to.
Yeah.
Man, come on. It's all delicious, okay? Can I go?
But no, so the Riddler has got he had a following on
Some social media.
right,
Yeah.
some social media thing, and they some people's like, yeah, some people they just need something to follow. Like, yeah, we right there behind you, bro.
Well, it's like the folks that mob with Joker at the end of the Joker movie, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how desperate are y'all? Like, because that's the thing.
But we talking about the people on the internet. We got a lot of idiots out here, man.
It's like the birds aren't real people, right?
Yeah.
We're like, that started as satire. Like, there's an
Who?
Birds Aren't Real. Have you heard anything about that?
Birds aren't real. No, I haven't
Yeah.
heard that.
So they're technically a counter-protest group. So like when folks come and start like talking about banning abortions and protesting stuff like that, they show up and break up those protests by like coming up with signs that say like birds aren't real. But like there are people that believe that, and so
Well, I mean, what do you mean birds ain't real?
so the the focal point of this conspiracy is that a few decades back, the U.S. government wiped out all the birds in America and replaced them with spy drones. But calm down. This was started as satire on how conspiracy theories form and gain traction.
And people talk about my conspiracy stuff. I just be talking about stuff that people use to get rich and be, that's conspiracy. That's another story for another day.
But like the
point is, now that's real conspiracy crap,
like
not the stuff I say.
Like, so the guy started that to say, this is how ridiculous conspiracy theories are, and y'all need to stop believing all this shit. You know, but since you believe it anyways, I'm gonna use this shit with a purpose.
Okay, stand on topic.
But
the Riddler has got a following because he been posting about things he was doing. I guess it's on the dark web or something. Because how did nobody know this?
So. Like, these folks talking about, yeah, man, what caliber we getting on these guns? Hey.
Well, not just that, but while y'all looking for him, if he had an online account that told about his crimes, how didn't y'all see that?
Yeah. Like, also, how are y'all the only ones not on his social media? Like,
I think Gotham don't even use social media. It's like they 2 decades behind in technology.
Like, also, every time he posts something, it's like no one's aware that he's posted something. It's like, oh, but it's everywhere.
I'm thinking like, is he posting this after every crime? And y'all not seeing
y'all
this?
Not checking it?
That's not making sense.
Yeah.
Maybe this the dark web or something.
It's got to be the dark web. But it's like every time.
They were telling him how to get weapons and stuff. And
but like every time it's like, oh, you haven't heard? It's the Riddler's latest drop. But you know what? I'm thinking it's kind of like with QAnon when that first came out and they were doing the Q drops. It was like these were missives from Q with like sensitive information.
So, but okay, the Riddler put bombs in certain areas. I guess that's to flood the city.
Yeah.
To open all because Gotham is like an island, right?
Yeah.
It's like Manhattan or something.
Yeah.
And it's just another New York and Manhattan. And
New Jersey, but
I guess he destroyed every dam or whatever they had to stop the water, so they flooded the city. But this is the thing. You think Batman was going to race to stop the city from getting destroyed? He didn't do that. And and the mayor through the whole time. We got well, I guess she still is the candidate. I don't know.
Well,
since
she's won by default by this.
Oh, so she won.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes her the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at one point,
I'm surprised nobody suspected her did.
I
didn't even think about that.
Because that was my first thought. Because they showed her inauguration, and like the wife and son of the former mayor were like supporting her at that. I'm like, oh man, she probably done put all this out so that to flip the script on this.
Right.
Well, like,
she was actually an honest person though. She actually was trying to make Gotham better.
Yeah, she was a good person.
But
which is
she did something so stupid to me. When they was like, look, we got active shooters out there. We need you to stay back here. Anybody's scared. I'm gonna go out there. Damn it!
Like, look, I get that, man, but there's an active situation. Exactly, and that's why I'm gonna go out there and talk to my people.
Right. I mean, I admire her guts,
but I deplore her stupidity.
I mean, come on, girl. It's like at some point, you gotta be like, look, I'm gonna do what nobody else is gonna do, but I'm not gonna go right out and gunfire and right there. You know, at least wear the bulletproof suit.
Something. This is why we need a soundboard so we can play that Darth.
They should have had her. They had the bulletproof glass right there.
Something like this.
She got shot.
This is when the soundboard would come in handy. We could cue that Dark Helmet quote from Spaceballs. Very brave, but foolish. Like
I don't remember that quote.
I could be misquoting that. It's very possible.
That never.
Not important.
I know they moved back and forth. I don't remember that.
I'm thinking of something else. Then don't worry about it, folks. Stay out the comments. But it's like it's one of those moments where it's like I get you, and that's admirable. You about to do something very stupid that's about to get you killed.
We know we know they out there.
Yeah,
you know,
and
she's
not. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like no, this isn't something we think is happening. We know they are coming here.
So all the followers, they came, and I did like how they had on safety wires.
Yeah,
and they put them on, you know, because they knew they was gonna be up in those rafters, and they ain't stupid by just going out there and just be up in the rafters running around.
Yeah,
they all had on safety harnesses, and I was like, you know what, that's realistic.
That's respect.
They probably talked about that before they went out and said, hey, if we gonna do this, I need to look the wire in case I fall.
So does anyone know how to source these safety harnesses? Jim, you got those? Cool.
Right, they probably had experts in all kind of fields in the whole team or whatever. Which these was just the followers. I don't know if they took it upon themselves to do this or did really tell them to do this.
I think they basically like
I think they took it upon themselves to do that.
Like they took it upon themselves, and he said, "Well, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right."
Because the Riddler didn't have nothing. He was killing people he had personal vendettas against, and he had nothing against that new man.
And he just optioned his personal vendetta into building a movement.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I was like that whole end sequence with the guys trying to assassinate the mayor. I'm thinking that was just them.
Yeah.
This is my guess.
They just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
Which is how most of this stuff starts, but still.
Right. And when we get to see Batman take them out.
Which was cool.
Yeah, that was another cool set piece. But like I said, we was already kind of done with all this.
Like we were full, man. It's like.
But we did get to see what's the limitations of that suit. Because he was taking some shots.
He got blasted.
And somebody said, hey, I got something a higher caliber. I don't care. Take your best shot.
and like he marched right up to dude. He's like, you don't want this smoke, homie. I want all the smoke.
Shot in with that.
Now, you know what? That's a homie from the. Hey, look, that's homie from the Boondocks. I'm like the Terminator in this vest. Pull the trigger now.
But no, he was taking him out, and the dude hit him with an elephant gun on. It was a double barrel shotgun. Dude. It was somewhere high impact.
Man, Batman went flying.
And Batman was looking cool, taking people out, dodging bullets and blocking bullets and stuff. But he got hit with that elephant gun. But that boy went flying.
Like
he stayed down.
Like he got kicked in the chest by a horse or something, man.
Yeah,
like,
and he stayed down.
Like to the point, like later on, he tried to get. He's like, nope.
Yeah, no, he tried to get up.
He couldn't do it.
Not today.
Like, yeah, I don't think
Alfred. Oh shit, Alfred's hurt. But no, I did like that. I did like the fact that now we can see the limitations of the damn armor.
That's the moment where all I hear is like, yep, there's blood in the suit.
But no. So did you to get up, because he couldn't get up, and to get up, he shot himself with adrenaline. I believe it's adrenaline. There's been a lot of speculations on what it is. But he shot himself up with something green.
Yeah, I thought maybe it could be maybe even just an Easter egg, like maybe the capsule is green and it's just straight adrenaline.
Yeah.
But the idea
is ain't green is like the color of adrenaline?
I don't know.
It's kind of like that's kind of a common thing. Like they had like little energy drinks that's green. Yeah. So it's like
I don't know. And then again, it could be some bespoke steroid adrenaline compound.
Right.
Isn't Venom.
I'm sure it was adrenaline because he popped up and just went crazy after that.
He just yeah.
And that makes it more realistic to me because how am I gonna keep going?
Yeah.
So that's his ace in the hole. His last thing he'll do is that adrenaline is to keep going, even though I'm so hurt that I could barely move.
I mean, it's either that or peyote. So.
Yeah, right. That peyote ain't gonna have you. That ain't gonna have you tripping. You just gonna lay there.
No. Some people have very drastic responses to peyote. So.
Well, the adrenaline works.
Adrenaline is more likely though.
Yeah. So he shot himself with adrenaline. But if you want to say it's venom, you can say it's Venom.
It's more fun to say it's Venom, but it's probably Adrenaline.
Adrenaline to me makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like, why Venom?
Like, because like this is one of the many things that this movie does. It like harkens to other Batman stuff that clearly can't exist yet.
Right.
So like Bane can't be a thing yet, or this Batman would be dead.
Right. Or they might just say later, "Oh, the stuff you use in your adrenaline boost is the Venom."
Or like
we use that to make Venom.
Yeah. Or like yes, it's very similar to the compound that your adrenaline compound that you use, but he's done this, and this too.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. But so anyway, he do take that dude out, and then they take his mask off. Like, who the hell are you?
Like I was also expecting the dude to be way more fucked up because they're looking down at him.
Well, he was beating his face to a pulp.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, they ain't gonna be able to recognize him after
like,
he beat his face.
When you see him like under the mask, it looks like his face has like been turned to pulp.
Yeah.
And then they take the mask off, and he's like a little busted up.
Yeah.
But it's like who the hell are you? I'm vengeance.
What's the look he had on his face? Batman was looking like he was so embarrassed. Batman was like, they was like, I'm vengeance, and they all looked at Batman. He like,
look, you get that we ain't in. They ain't with me. Like they threw up the set.
They look like that's your people, Batman.
Look, I get they threw up. Look, I get that they threw up the set, but they ain't with me. They saw me throw it up one time, and now they doing it. I don't know.
Gentlemen, I'm so embarrassed right now.
It's like that's like when you find out you have a kid when they do some fuck shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like, he's my daddy. Oh, I don't know him.
Grappling hook. No, okay, so yeah. They had that third act, but also that very end where they got flooded, and Batman saved the people. They was like in the auditorium or wherever. That's where we saw when he got shot, because I was like, oh, they about to die. Because I'm looking like, damn, what can he do? You know, I was like, what can he do?
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool. He basically just cut the electrical cord from hitting the water, because they was in the water.
Yeah. But like the only thing I will say about that is I expected him to take a little longer to get back up.
Yeah, but he did fall in water, so.
No, but I mean, because like he got
longer, he would have been trying.
No, like
dead.
he got shocked. Like I would have expected someone to have to pull him out of the water before he could.
But that cold water could probably wake your ass up.
You know what? That is
he
a good point.
He could have fell unconscious, and the cold water wake his ass
like
up.
the shock from the sudden pressure shock from the cold water would have just
right. And again, all of this, he should not be walking out there.
No, like he should be like carried out of there.
Yeah, for real.
Dead weight.
But it was I really love that moment. Matt Reeves is a good filmmaker. He's taking things that I usually roll my eyes at that is just lame, and just making it kind of actually work.
Like, and again, watching this movie is a perfect example of what comic book movies should strive to be. Yeah. Less of a comic book movie, less of a superhero movie, and more of like play to the genre of your film, right? It's like, is this an action film? Make a good action film. It just happens to have comic book characters in it.
Right. So he, basically it's dark and stuff. So he get a torch. He get a flare.
Flare, yeah.
And basically lead the people to the exit. He get the people out, and that's a good moment, because now he's learning. This is how you make a difference.
Yeah.
Help people instead of just beating up criminals.
And you get that voiceover coming back through where he's like, now I get it.
Yeah.
It's not enough for me to be fighting crime.
Right.
I've been combating the symptoms.
Yeah.
I need to combat the disease.
But see, that's gonna be more why he's gonna do things as Bruce.
Yeah, and that's where the Bruce Wayne needs to come from.
Right. Where he's realizing, instead of just beating up criminals that was created because of this system.
Yeah.
I can just change this system.
Well, like also now he's basically realized, I inspired all of this because I've only been like coming out here and beating up people that are doing stuff I don't like. So I've taught people to come and beat up people they don't like.
Right. So I think the sequence is going to be damage control. It's like he's probably like, I guess I don't need to be Batman no more. Oh man, there's a clown out there now killing people. I guess I got to dress up again to stop him.
Right.
Oh God! Oh,
like,
the penguin now's out now. Okay, I got to stop him.
Man,
now he gonna be like, oh God, I got to stop another criminal.
I mean, because
And they was like, well, we was going to just be criminals, but you took it to the next level, so we thought we'd take our stuff to the next level.
You showed us that there was another level, so we had to level up too.
But yeah, he saw he can inspire people.
So they say that is how law enforcement and crime tend to move in step with each other. It's like they get bulletproof vests, they get armor-piercing bullets.
Yeah,
you know.
right. Well, I mean, that's a good lesson for him. He thought that he could change criminals by making them just fear somebody, and it didn't work. And then he just like, okay, I have to approach this differently, and I feel like a lot of that need to carry over to the next movie with his Bruce Wayne persona, which is can be cool. I'll be cool with seeing that after this movie because it's built up to like remember how I used to complain about
Peter Parker.
Yes, that he's Parker too much, which he's so boring compared to Bruce Wayne. But but what I'm saying is they built it up so much, and now I am so curious to see how he how he changed his life, how he developed as Bruce now.
Well, like also it's a very different thing than the Peter Parker thing because Peter Parker, by and large, is a distraction from Spider-Man in these movies. It's he's got these problems that.
If you think about it, and not to stay on Spider-Man, just real quick, his problems come because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But in those movies, he's never Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad. He be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man keeps him from doing
5
this
minutes,
in his regular life.
But you still be Peter throughout the whole movie, and you be Spider-man for a couple minutes.
Also, Batman and
in this movie, he's Batman for 80% of the movie.
But also, Batman and Bruce Wayne tackle very different parts of the life he's trying to lead. He's trying to fix Gotham. Yeah. Batman and Bruce Wayne are both parts of that mission, right? So whenever he's being Bruce Wayne, he's either keeping people from looking at him for being Batman, or he's trying to fix something in Gotham.
Yeah.
Peter Parker is trying to be Peter Parker when he's Peter Parker, and he sucks at it.
Yeah, whatever. And I was like in the movies, like you can't keep a date. Why? Because you rarely Peter Parker. I mean, you're rarely Spider-Man. You just respond to something, and then you turn right back to Peter Parker.
It's like, and it's not even that being Spider-Man is ruining his life. He's just bad at keeping.
Well, that's how it is in comics because he's Spider-Man 80% of the time.
But in the movies, he's not.
He's Spider-Man, right? He's Spider-Man 20% and Peter Parker 80%. That's the problem. Anyway.
But so I definitely want to see in a sequel for this. I want to see him developing that Bruce Wayne persona, trying to find ways to.
They made me want it.
Yeah, like. I want a Bruce Wayne movie now.
Yeah, you're right. Well, let's not go so far.
I want
to say a whole movie with Bruce.
Let me say
but
this.
they made me want to see Bruce more.
I want to see Matt
him.
Reeves come out with a Bruce Wayne arc.
Okay. Yeah, it was exactly.
Yeah.
What the very end? Oh, so right. So now he's inspired.
Yeah.
So the very end though. Now, it's confirmed that is the Joker. So what I'm talking about is Riddler's in his cell in Arkham, and the dude and somebody next to him. Why are you looking so deflated right now?
Because it ruined the ending for me.
It did. And they I don't know why they did it.
They just
I got some information for you. So I saw an interview with Matt Reeves. I don't know if you saw anything.
No.
Okay, so I got the scoop. You heard it here, folks. I got the scoop. It ain't really a scoop because it's on YouTube. But anyway, in case you didn't know, that guy's going to be the Joker. And guess who's playing him? The guy that's in Eternals as the guy that can control minds. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
So I don't remember his name, but that's who they say who's going to play him.
I'm trying to picture him.
So the guy that remember he could control minds.
No, I can picture him. I'm trying to picture him as
the Joker. Yeah, I can't picture. So the point is,
it didn't look like his face.
They had a scene. They had a 10 minutes they cut out. I'm like, it was more. They had a 10-minute scene with him talking to him before he becomes the Joker. Batman's going to come in Arkham and talk to him first before he talk to the Riddler, or second, or whatever. But Batman's, I guess, after whatever he's going to. I don't know what scene this is going to play out. It's going to play like Killing Joke. Remember he went in there talking to the Joker?
Yeah.
And he was like flipping the cards. They say it's kind of like that.
Okay.
So it's like a 10-minute scene or whatever. I was like, man, it's like this wasn't long enough. So they cut that out, but he said they're going to release that once they release it on Blu-ray or whatever. So Damn, you look so disappointed right now.
Look,
you ain't feeling this and shit at all.
I'm gonna be honest. One, they need to stop focusing on the Joker so much. Batman has such an expansive rogues gallery.
I know,
and they can't
help
They keep farming all.
We're gonna get another Joker.
They keep farming all of his villains out to other people. First of all, or they waste them in shitty adaptations. Just say, look, we don't need. It doesn't always have to be the Joker.
You know what, man? You know what I wish they would have did? I'm telling you, this would have just made the audience go ape shit. If we didn't see him, right? They should have had Mark Hamill in that cell.
That's the only way I would have accepted that.
If Mark Hamill was in that cell, you heard that Joker voice, and with that last, it ended off with that Joker cackle.
One of the last,
because that dude laugh was so whack.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, why is this dude? No.
Because it's like there was a great moment in one of the earlier seasons of the CW Flash where they teased Mark Hamill coming back to play the Trickster. And all you hear is that laugh.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, my point is, Mark Hamill's older or whatever, but just for that one scene, if everybody would have heard Mark Hamill's voice and he did the Mark Hamill laugh and they ended it on that, I'm telling you, people would have went ape shit.
Like, even if you give him a speaking line, just, oh, don't be so glum. We've all had our run-ins with the bat. But also you could set that up as because like the Riddler and the Joker famously do not like each other.
Yeah.
Because they don't respect each other's gimmicks. Like
right.
So
but at the time they said he said Joker's not the Joker yet. And the way he wanted to approach the Joker, he wanted to be born with the smile stuck on his face. This is where the Joker came from originally. The movie called The Man Who Laughs. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's an old black and white movie where a dude got the smile stuck on his face.
Yeah.
And he wore the scarf. But then when the scarf found out, the big grin and it's stuck on his face or whatever. But he wants Joker to be like that, the tragic story, where you don't know what he's never thinking because his smile's always on his face.
Okay.
That's his approach to Joker. That's what he was saying. And I was like, that's kind of wild. I didn't think he was going to reveal all that or reveal that was supposed to be the Joker because they didn't know. You don't know if that was a Joker. You just know it was a dude, but you feel like, is that the Joker?
Yeah.
Or we're going to leave that ambiguous, But he basically said that's the Joker.
Like
the director said it.
Like I wouldn't have revealed that just in case we need to course correct
out
later.
Right.
Like, oh, did I say the Joker?
No, because I would have been like, never know. You leave it like that.
Like that.
And if nobody like it, you'd be like, yeah,
right.
That is just some dude.
It's like we never really wanted to have to use the Joker. That was just a quick little like, haha, what if? But
this the whole thing. Now that Batman got this rogue gallery in Arkham, now they can continue with these new villains or whatever.
Because the only villain I really want to see other in live action is either Hush or Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
One, because I'm kind of tired of Batman versus insanity, you know, because he is kind of insane.
Yeah.
And so, like, I prefer...
Especially this one.
Like I prefer the characters whose pathology more directly confronts his. Hugo Strange thinks he can be a better Batman than Batman.
Yeah.
I want to see that play out.
Right. Or they could do a good Two-Face.
Yeah.
Because we had the one live action two. Oh no, we did two live action Two-Face.
We did too.
But it wasn't all his movie because he wasn't in there that much. Right. He was only Two-Face like the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie, and it wasn't all his story.
Right.
Let's do a Two-Face story. And which works good in this story because you got him working close with the police.
Yeah.
And that was a good big story in The Long Halloween where
and also,
Harvey was the DA and it's an opening spot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he didn't die, though, did he? Did he die? The kids, he died?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Oh, no, he was the bomb. He the dude that got the bomb.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about. Yeah. His head blew up. But anyway.
Just couldn't keep his head.
Yeah.
God, I hate myself so much.
Anyway, that's a good opening for Two-Face.
Yeah.
I think they should go that route.
And like, I want to see that handled seriously, and given like the kind of weight that story deserves.
Yeah.
Because that is a great fall from grace story. Like,
Yeah.
not even like just the accident and becoming Two-Face, but it's like how two-faced Harvey Dent was as a human being and how he tried to hide
But
that.
then also, which they didn't use it at all in this, but in Long Halloween, how he was working with him at first. And then when he turned to Two-Face, he was like, damn, we used to be friends, you know, I'm trying to help you. And he started realizing, I can't help you, dog. You too far gone.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to see that. I mean, because if you're going to keep using the Joker, I mean, goddamn. You made a whole Joker movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
With
okay.
no Batman.
Right. It's like that shouldn't have been no Joker movie, but anyway.
But yeah, so like I want to see, or even like some more non-standard villains, like if we wanted to go on a horror bent with like Professor Pig, even.
Yeah, no.
Or Mad Hatter.
Yeah, I'll
I'd
take
love
Mad
to
Hatter.
See Mad Hatter.
You know who? I'll take a ventriloquist. I'll take.
No. Actually, yes. I'd love to see ventriloquist and Scarface show up in one of these movies. Like,
hey, you dummy! Like, why you talking to him? Talk to me.
Don't talk to the dummy. You talk to me.
Yeah, like, huh? I remember when he was taking the gun, pointed at him. Like, yeah, you betray me. No, Mrs. Scarface, I'm loyal. No, you thought you could get over. He took the gun and pointed at him. No, please don't. It's like, dude, what are you doing? They about to shoot his own self. That was funny. But no, right. It's a good chance to give me a villain we ain't seen yet. Yeah. It's enough
like
villains.
That's the thing. I want to see
no
some
more.
new villains.
We've
no
seen Joker enough. Come on, man. Just stop with the Joker.
Like we've had two.
Everybody's like, I want to do my version of the Joker.
We've had two Two-Faces, two Riddlers now.
Yeah.
And what, 4 Jokers? Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix. And,
4 Jokers.
And dude off
Jared
of
Leto.
Gotham. And Jared Leto.
Right. I mean, we ain't counting the shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But,
4 Jokers.
Yeah, 4 Jokers. It's time for somebody new.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Like, let Joker rest a minute. All
right.
Like,
And I'm like, this guy did not convince me.
You know what? Fuck all the villains. Give me a Court of Owls movie.
When he was talking, I'm like, this guy did not convince me. He didn't sound cool at all. And then he started trying to cackle at the end. I'm like, oh, stop it. Like, you sound like somebody who's trying to be the Joker. But just like he was just drunk that night and just trying to talk shit.
I'd rather have homie from Superpower beat down.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, right. Whatever, dude. It's just, no, it didn't work. It didn't work. And I hope they go another direction. I hope people kind of collectively say, we don't want the Joker right now. Like, I mean, everybody loves the Joker. That's their favorite villain. But you've done it too many times, and it's time to let that go. All right, so that was that was the end of the show. That was the end, and I heard they're gonna do a sequel. Got already greenlit, so we definitely gonna see that sequel. So we'll see how this movie gonna do. We came to the end of our spoiler discussion, man. We went hard.
Yeah, there is no spoiler discussion ending 2.0 or anything. we don't have no extra footage for you.
But no, on the whole though, man, it's a good movie. I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed everything they was trying to do there, and I was looking like. This gave me ideas of seeing other movies where, like you said, they can ground it without taking too much from where it comes from.
I want this to be the future of comic book movies because I feel like I understand where a lot of old school Hollywood types are coming from, talking about like, the MCU has ruined cinema. I disagree fundamentally with it, but like I get where that feeling comes from. This is what fixes that. This is
the fact that y'all was not trying to do anything, and MCU was giving their fans exactly what they wanted.
That's what they were asking.
And that's why they just making money.
Yeah.
They just successful. They're not ruining cinema. Y'all just need to step up.
It's like there's Wonder Woman and then there's this.
You need to write. You try to write better scripts when something's been done so much, do something different.
And that's the
Be
thing.
experimental.
Like, stop holding on to stuff that people have already told you they don't give a shit about.
Right. This is like, be experimental. Try something new. Stop trying to cater to the same audience and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All they go for is just the money.
An audience that you already see is giving you diminishing returns. So just do something new.
Yeah, more representation to every group.
Yeah.
Don't stop with the stereotypes. Stop with the you know what I'm saying? Just stop with the cliches.
Yeah.
Stop with the writings of
the same damn jokes in every
right and stop in every beat. Be experimental. Just do something different.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking.
You know, and like I want adaptations to look more like this too. It's like where you try to adapt the thing and you say, "Oh well, folks like this version of the character, so we're gonna do this version that's not the version that you're adapting from."
Yeah.
So why are you doing that? Oh no, well, focus groups like this.
I don't know who be in these focus groups.
Man,
they always get it wrong.
They always get it wrong. You know, so like when you're making these movies, make a good movie first, then make a good adaptation. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see a shitty Batman movie just to get a Batman movie. I want to watch a good movie. I don't care what it's about. I want to watch a good movie.
Right.
If you can add Batman flavor to a good movie, I'm going to enjoy that even more. But I don't come for the Batman flavor. I come because I want to be entertained. I want to see a good movie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just pick up a goddamn comic book.
Right. Right.
I don't know why I'm getting heated right now.
Because I mean, we just like seeing this movie. You say this is how you do it,
like,
and you can. And then the thing is, I'm sure he had to work hard to get this out because this is so not what they usually do.
And you know, every now and again, you see these movies, and like a producer or someone will say, "Oh well, we just felt that it wasn't the time to do such." Movies like this prove that it works.
Right.
It works if you let it work.
I think, and I'm not sure, I think they gave, what's the name of free reign? Bryan Singer to make that Superman Returns. That was, some should have told, when you see those original X-Men movies, some should have told them, that's not the guy you want.
Yeah.
Because those movies are real slow.
Yeah.
A little slow for that, especially for starting off that genre. But anyway, it don't always work. But you know what I'm saying?
Like you have to be willing to let it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's like
can the studio stay out of it and just let a director make a movie?
Like even to the point of if you keep your oversight minimal, right?
Yeah.
Your job is to worry about the money and the advertising.
The budget.
You know.
Right.
Their job is to make art. Let them make art.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, don't come in there saying, I just think it would be better if the third act ended like this. That ain't your job. That ain't your job. Stay in your lane.
Right. So yeah, that is our spoiler discussion for
extensive spoiler discussion.
That is our spoiler discussion for the Batman. If anybody made it to the end, if we got anybody still in there at the end of this spoiler discussion, please subscribe. If you watch us talk for down to 2 hours, I know you love what we talking about. Yeah. So please subscribe to the channel, and then you can get alerts every time we post any of these videos or we live stream.
And if you made it to the end and you don't like this video, I don't know.
Still subscribe because you love
subscribe. us. Clearly you can't quit us if you made it to the end. I'm just saying. But go ahead and hit that thumbs up down below. Let us know that you down with this. Not only our platform, you know, the kind of videos we make, but also this format. You know, this more long format. And drop a comment down below, man. How do you feel about any of the stuff we talked about? What are your views on this movie? We want to hear from y'all.
Yes, we out of here.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.